ever since I told these guys we were gonna do this week, not everybody's been on board with it. So, I still decided to do it anyway because out of spite to my co-host, and this is my podcast, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. So,
Are
um,
you sure about that?
um,
Yes.
You know they all watch for me.
no,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
sure they do. It's just so okay.
Just like the sun shines on Earth for AJ.
hmm Because all of Marvel's viewers are simping for Batman Ultra 7.
Well, I wouldn't say simping is a good thing. But let's
Nobody,
He's not.
continue.
nobody wants to be Sims on the internet. So, um,
Exactly.
um, so I figured now that we're all here, we're all together. Why don't AJ you start off with why you don't like this holiday?
I better mute my mic for this one. He's gonna be talking for a
Oh
while.
my! You got a
Okay.
few minutes. I'm gonna cut you off
V-
if I think you're going on too long.
Valentine's Day should not be considered a holiday because it is pointless. And it is over commercialized a holiday that was at first something meaningful. You know, it was just a small thing about this guy who died for something bigger than himself, and then it's all about Hallmark cards and superficial things.
Yeah.
That's my serious part of it, and then the other part is it's supposed to be about love, but it's all superficial, and I think it should be abolished.
Okay. Now,
All right.
when you told us this, not everybody agreed with that. So,
God, I'm gonna
I,
hit
do,
you with some straight fucking
I
headbangers.
don't care.
I will
so,
make you wish you were dead right now.
so why don't you
Um.
go ahead and give us your
Uh-huh.
juxtaposition to
I'll
his.
gladly go ahead.
Okay.
So, Ultra, you might want to mute your mic too, so I
Uh,
can have
I
so you can
I
show me
don't
the
I don't
same respect I showed you.
I don't think I want to.
Oh, this is gonna be
All right.
good.
Well, point one, your point quotation on it being
Quotation.
not a meaning that it once was a meaningful holiday and now it's not is all how you perceive Valentine's Day. If it's meaningful for everyone in a relationship if they want to express themselves in that way. I think that Valentine's Day is very important for couples who it's just a day, one day of the year besides your anniversary where you can remind each other how much you love each other and that you're still thinking of them and that they're the one love of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's
And
also birthdays, but
yeah, but that's not a couple thing. Um,
still.
so argument shot down already in 3 words. Um, and
Well,
also on your
I
point of it being over,
I can refute
no no
that
no
with
no no
one
no 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 no.
one
Okay,
phrase.
so and your point of it being over commercialized. So what? All holidays are over commercialized. Now this may be the most highly over commercialized one, but that doesn't take away the true meaning of Valentine's Day. That's just big corporations like Hallmark and stuff. Who cares what they
What
who
is the
cares
true
what
meaning of
the
Valentine's Day?
true meaning of Valentine's Day is what I just said is couples get to remind themselves one day of the year besides their anniversary. This is separate from marriage or meeting somebody that you're thinking of them or you care about them. Just get them something nice one day and just be like, honey, I love you. And, I want to show you today that, you're on my mind all the time and that there's nobody else but you. And Valentine's Day, it's corporate for people who are in corporations, but it's not corporate for people, just normal relationship people. That's why everybody likes Valentine's, or most people. Sorry, there's a downer in the chat. F,
Wow.
click the L, every F in the chat.
Oh my god.
Um,
I'm
but
just realistic.
well, realists, as I put it, are idiots.
I didn't say
And
real.
so, well,
I
that's
said
true.
realistic.
But here's the thing: realistic. Where do you come off saying that you're factually realistic about this? That's so blatantly an opinion. It's subjective. I mean, you cannot like Valentine's Day, but the objective fact in this is that it's only corporate for the people who make it corporate. I'm not going to make it corporate. I don't care if there's a commercial on it. Christmas has 25 days of bullshit until the actual real day that matters. They play movies from October until December. What is that?
Yeah.
That's overkill.
Yeah, I
They
was
don't
gonna
play
say, like, you
Valentine's
say
Day stuff
25
until
days, but I've seen like Christmas like items
two
go up
months.
in like
It's
August.
it's more like since September.
Yeah, that's my point. Is you don't see stuff in January, like early January, talking about get this for your hubby on Valentine's Day. It's like
Okay,
maybe 15
that's
days before.
that's not entirely true.
I've
If you
never seen it before.
if you go into any store, there will already be Valentine's Day
I haven't seen it, but
in
again,
January.
I'm not trying to base this off my personal opinion. I don't want to do that. I'm just basing it off a large scale, because personal opinions don't matter.
I'm
I don't care
I'm
what you say. I mean,
I'm not
personal
I'm
opinions are the minority. That's the thing.
well
But
definitely.
here's the
I'm
thing.
not basing it on my personal opinion.
Yeah, but you are. You said the corporation, it turned it into something that's not meaningful. But I bet you most couples in the United States find Valentine's Day meaningful. They still, I mean, there's people that still get butterflies from their significant other just by buying them a present and a card telling them how much they mean something to them. And maybe you feel that way because you're not in a relationship, and I'm not in one either. So, and I never have been. I'm not afraid to say it. So I don't experience Valentine's Day on that level, but I still understand it. I don't criticize people who, because you saying it's like a big sham and like it should be canceled. That's like canceling out everyone who celebrates, because you're like, well, you're all idiots for celebrating because it's
That
stupid and it doesn't make any sense to celebrate it because it's not real.
someone's free to celebrate it. I just think it's superficial.
What, right, but the reasoning behind it for me doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, speaking in the sense of like speaking, how do I put this? I guess, yeah, speaking it in a logical sense. I didn't want to sound mean. This is a debate. It's not sound take shots, but this is real talk.
Fuck you. It's just like, oh
Fuck
man,
you, Ultra. I'm getting off now. Goodbye.
fuck this podcast. Um,
No.
I just think there's a good amount of people who love Valentine's Day for superficial reasons and not the reasons supposedly Valentine's Day is for.
Well, like what are the
Like
superficial
real
things
love.
that? Well, yeah,
It,
but isn't real love
like for
doing what I explained, showing someone just, hey, I care about you, I'm thinking about you, and I
I
want
get
you to know that.
I get showing someone you love them, but in a lot of ways it's become, an expectation
Well, it should be.
for people to get people things.
Well, if you're in a
I
relationship, it should be. That's like saying on Christmas, don't even think about getting anybody anything. I mean, presents aren't the sole thing of Christmas. That's what I'm saying. Presents aren't the sole thing of Valentine's Day, but you're expected to get it because it's nice and it shows you're thinking of somebody. It's like, even if it's not expensive. Like, I know people in my family who are like, just get me a card if you want, and I'm like, that's not to me, but to their significant other, and they're like, that's enough for me, just to show that you care. It's
yeah,
just
I
the
mean,
point. It's not like you don't have to go out and get them like a 24-carat gold ring. But I'm just saying, like, you tell me when you're in a big relationship, you tell me if your girlfriend's not going to expect something, and if you tell her what you just told us, like, oh well, it's superficial and you're expecting something, she will probably dump you or not talk to you for a while.
don't worry, I don't have to worry about that.
Why? You're never going to be in a relationship? I
Not for
doubt
a
that.
long time.
But when that time comes, that's what I'm saying. You got to be prepared. It's like, men and women have needs, and one of women's needs is to, feel that, or to know that we're thinking about them and know that we care. And it's just
I understand
a
that sentiment.
God-given attribute.
Yeah, I
No,
understand
no,
that sentiment, and
no. Go ahead. Finish.
I understand that sentiment, and I understand why you appreciate Valentine's Day. I just don't.
Well, here's the thing. I don't appreciate Valentine's Day. I appreciate what Valentine's Day means for other people, like what it means to my girlfriend. I appreciate the 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 things that come with Valentine's Day. I appreciate it's one day a year where you can be, you know, extravagant with your significant other. It's like it's a special day just because. Sure, I mean, it's socially it's constructed, sure, but there's everything is socially constructed now for the most part. Um, and that doesn't make it like good or bad. I mean, it's really about truthfully and factually what's good or bad. But still, I mean, it's not. This is not something that's harmful to anyone. It's just two people love
Yeah,
each other and they want to show
I would
affection. In
I wouldn't say it's harmful to anyone. I'm I am happy that people love it, but I do not.
Okay, well, Marvel. I will say this, and you tell me if I'm wrong. Drop the mic on this motherfucker because I just dropped a bomb.
um, I was just gonna chime in with what I think about Valentine's Day. Like, I mean, you both have some like good points for each of your arguments. It's just like, for me, when I think about it, it's just like everybody like will take it differently. Whether couples will buy each other like diamond rings and all this other shit, or
Yeah,
maybe they just want to spend time together, or
right. I
whatever.
agree with you.
Or like you don't even have to be with a girlfriend or something. Like you just hang out with your own friends, or if you don't want to be with anybody, then you don't have to be with anybody. So like everybody's gonna take it in a different light.
Marvel, imagine having friends.
Well, yeah. I
Couldn't
mean,
be.
that's I understand AJ's point because it's a subjective holiday, like you guys said. I mean, anyone can celebrate it for different reasons. But I'm just saying that there is some people who celebrate it for the reason it was intended, or at least it should be intended. This is just, you know, express Valentine's Day is just expressing your love for your significant other. That's it. And if
Mm-hmm.
you're doing that, whatever way you do it, I don't care. I mean, I wouldn't recommend going out and spending $2,000 on something, but like, I mean, $20, $30 is like not a lot of money for like if you love this person and you just want to show them one day of the year that you care about them. But I see both I see your points, and Marvel. I feel like you're. Tell me if I'm wrong. You're kind of in both our field. You're like you see the people who misuse it, and you see the people who use it to the way that it's supposed to be used. If I'm
Yeah,
right,
yeah. Because for
I
me,
would
it's
agree.
just like I can definitely see the corporate aspect of it, but also I can see like people like they can enjoy it despite it being an over saturated and over like commercialized holiday,
Yeah,
and
and like
so
hearts and stuff. That whole thing that it's been accustomed to Valentine's Day.
oh yeah.
It for women more so than men because men most men don't aren't like can you get me a heart box filled with
It's,
chocolates, man? Like like no, like you don't see manly like football players being like, yo bro, please get me a chocolate box that's shaped like a heart and make it
Because
extra red and
men
sparkly.
don't really care.
No, I mean all we care about on Valentine's Day is that the woman is happy.
Yeah.
um, and that's what we should think about. I mean, obviously, men want happiness too on Valentine's Day, but I think that for me anyway, I would on Valentine's Day I would be happy knowing that my girlfriend is happy or that my wife is happy. That's what would make my Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
But um, most women see hearts and stuff, and on Valentine's Day, if they have a boyfriend, romantic, and like that's a corporate aspect, but they find it romantic, like, oh, he can, buy me something that's sweet or whatever. You know. Now I'm not a woman, so I don't know, but
You
exactly.
don't
I'm just
say.
I'm
Are you
going
sure
by
about
what's been
that?
going.
Are you sure
I've been
about that?
all right. You know what? Shut up, you fucking asshole. Um, but so I'm just going by what's been going on for the past 40,000 years of human existence. Um, so
Yeah,
yeah,
all
that's
I will
that's my
say
point.
left on this subject is, perceive it however you want. There's no, definitive way to celebrate it or not celebrate it. Like this
Yeah,
could just be like
you
another
can make it
Sunday.
out.
Like
You can make it out to whatever you want to be. I
yeah,
mean, that's basically all I can say about any holiday.
Yeah,
Almost any holiday.
yeah.
but yeah.
Well, I think that as much closes the door on the Valentine's Day debate. Um, this could be a
So
separate video within itself.
I was, you
Mm-hmm.
know what? I was tempted to do that, but I'm like, nah. So